I am currently sitting here in park. I'm in high. I don't have the any of the diff locks on, and I also don't have it in low gear. So the first thing is, if you're going to be shifting this knob, if you're going to low, if you're going to lock, you've got to be in neutral. So if you look right now, I'm in park in high, and I'm going to press the brake pedal. I'm pushing in the button. I'm shifting it down to drive, and now just pushing forward into neutral. Once I'm in neutral, I can then lift the collar. I'm going to put it in low first of all, and then I'm going to put it in locking center differential, and I do have it in off-road mode. And so then I'm going to, and that's fine. So now you've got to, it's in neutral still. Now you've got to put it in gear, and I'm going to put it in manual and put it into low. And then as you're moving, you can put the rear differential on. You must be moving below 9 miles an hour. So I have figured out, by the way, if you put your finger there, you can't see the light. The light's right there. So you push here for 1 second, and now it's locked, and you push here for 1 second, and again, per the manual, the center diff must be locked first, then the rear diff, then the front diff. If you unlock the rear diff, it will also unlock the front diff. So I'm going to do a little bit of driving. I'm going to go up this, well, I'll pick a different spot. I'm going to go over here, and again, I'm in low gear, and I'm in a low manual in first gear, and I'm going to just start, I'm going to climb this hill over here that I was climbing. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit different one. I'm going to do this, and the spot over here to the right is where I slipped the first time without having the differentials locked, and this is right next to it. I don't know if you can see that over there on the right, but I've got all the differentials locked. I'm getting a little bit of slide, but it's still climbing up, and I got enough traction to make it up there. Again, this is sandy soil, so that's why I'm getting a little bit of slippage. Okay, I'm going to just drive over here a little bit, and we're going to climb another section that is relatively steep. We're going to go down first, and then we'll climb this other section. I'm in second gear right now, and that's interesting. So I got a little slippage there too, and you see I ran into that holly tree, but that's all right. So I'm going to climb this section right here. It does appear, again, I've got all the diffs locked, and so your steering ends up not being quite as precise because the diffs are locked, the tires tend to slide sideways more. So we're going to climb through here, and you can see I've come down this a couple of times. This grass is pretty, this ground is pretty slick right here, but you see I climbed it really no problem. Okay. So the front and the rear diff locks really do make a difference. Okay, so now I'm going to disengage. There you see the diff locks. I'm going to disengage them. I don't know if you have to be moving or not, but I'm just going to press this for 1 second. Okay, so now I've And you see they're flashing. I'm not moving forward at the moment. Now I'm starting to move. They're continuing to flash. Now I'm turning the steering wheel hard left. Now I'm turning the steering wheel hard right. And okay, there they go. So, you know, that's not the greatest, obviously. I mean, you'd like to punch the button and then immediately disengage, but that is not what's happening. I'm also going to try the, something I haven't done yet, and that is the, if I can find it again, oh, it's up here. Where is it? The downhill mode. So I have not done this yet, so we're going to give this, okay, so that didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. Maybe I have to be moving. All right. Well, interestingly, I'm in one low, and you see I don't have my foot on the gas pedal, and this is not a steep decline, but I'm going 3 miles an hour. So I'll figure out the downhill, how that works, and talk about that on a later video. For right now, I want to get a little bit more footage just driving through, So again, I'm in low. I've got the center diff lock on. I do not have the front and rear on anymore, and we're just going to go down through here. Now you see this ditch has got concrete in it now, but most of what I'm going to be driving on is going to be sandy soil. So you can obviously drive with the center diff locks on. I wouldn't drive, on an interstate like that, but if you've got good traction, I think you can do it for a minute. You see I've got, so I'm on loose stuff now, and we'll see how this goes. I did this earlier. We're going to do this because this has got a pretty cool look to it. I did this with the drone, and now I'm going to do it with the GoPro, and you'll see, this is a pretty steep decline here, and you can see that the approach angle, I mean, that was pretty steep, and the departure, so there's no drag back there. Angle is good. I think scraped the rock sliders a couple of times, but so that just, I don't know if you heard it, but it just hit the rock slider, I think, because this is a pretty steep breakover angle, and I didn't hit it that time, even though the Grenadier was going down. I mean, it kind of, I hate to say slammed, but the front tires, there you hear another, I'm pretty sure that's the rock sliders again. I'm not going to go up that. That's a little bit more steep, and so we'll save that for a later time. But again, very, very impressed with the climbing ability, with the gear range. I think the gear range is great for climbing. And so again, overall, very happy. I'm going to put it back down into, I have a tendency to push the gear shift in the wrong direction. I'm not used to it yet. So you push forward to make the gears go down, and you pull it backwards to increase the gear that you're in. And so to me, that's a little bit counterintuitive, but anyway, maybe that's just me. So I'm going to do just a little bit more driving around, just so you can see, how it handles various aspects of off-road driving. You know, these are all pretty, I mean, this is a lot more severe incline and decline than you would ever experience on any kind. I shouldn't say it so strongly, but it'd be rare that on a forest road or whatever, I think, that you would go over something, you know, that steep. Although I certainly, you know, when I did the motorcycle rides last year and did the BDRs, there certainly were some areas that were very, you know, very steep. And I remember saying at the time on one of them in Idaho, as I remember, that you know, it would have taken a significantly modified Jeep or Grenadier off-road vehicle to be able to have made the some of the angles, some of the inclines and declines and breakovers that I did. So anyway, I think we're going to probably call it about there. It's been, well, again, I'm driving around on my property, so that's why you see some housing and whatnot. Anyway, so we're going to call it from there. I think it's been good to have this little introductory, you know, kind of off-road thing. I figured out everything except the downhill mode, which again, I've got my foot on the gas right now in first gear, and I'm going 5 miles an hour. And so, again, my foot's still on the gas, so if I took it off, I think I'd be going slow, you know, probably 3 or something like that. So the downhill modes put you at 3 miles an hour. And so I think that, you know, you're not going to need the downhill mode unless it's really steep. All right, that's it. I appreciate you guys coming along, and we'll do some more next week. See you then.